So recently, trying to flip through some articles on what to do for some interesting anime news, I found that one of my favorite manga artists, Rumiko Takahashi. If you don't know who Rumiko Takahashi is, she authored such manga as Inuyasha. She did Ranma Half, and she also did Urusei Yatsura. It took me a little while to kind of remember that name, but excuse me, I have watched pretty much all of Inuyasha as much as I could, as much as available. I'm currently reading Urusei Yatsura, and I recently just started watching, about last week, Ranma Half. And I have to say that I absolutely loved all three of them. Well, I currently still, I'm only about 5 or 6 episodes into Ranma Half, but where it is now, where I am right now in Ranma Half, is absolutely beautiful. I love it. It's an interesting storyline. I do feel that, I can kind of, watching some of the older stuff that Rumiko Takahashi has made, such as Ranma Half, I can kind of see, obviously all of this stuff by her is going to have the same art style, or at least a very similar art style, right? There's going to be some overlap between character designs between, let's say, Urusei Yatsura and, Inuyasha. It's just maybe, over the years, people slightly change their style. Artists kind of slightly change their style over the years. But watching Ranma Half and kind of also currently reading Urusei Yatsura, I can kind of definitely see a lot of similarities. And it just kind of feels like I just absolutely love anything Rumiko Takahashi has done. And I don't think I've seen everything by her, but I would absolutely not mind. I would absolutely love watching everything that she has done. And so, speaking of Rumiko Takahashi, she recently put together a sort of collector's edition, or collectible book. It looks to be more of a coffee table book than anything else, but she put together a book called Colors, and it spans her entire manga career from 1978 right up till the current year, 2023. And I'm personally very excited for this. If I can find it, if it's not too expensive, I will definitely add it to my collection, because I am absolutely a big fan of Rumiko Takahashi just from what I've seen, Inuyasha and Urusei Yatsura, and now Ranma Half. I am definitely a fan of her work. And so the article that I will have linked in the description below says internationally acclaimed manga artist Rumiko Takahashi will release her new manga drawing collection book entitled Rumiko Takahashi Colors 1978 to 2023. And it says here it will release on December 13th of this year. So they're probably still trying to get finishing touches put together, maybe some last bit things. They have sort of a rendition of what the cover of the book will probably look like. I don't know. They might make some, again, they have until December to get this thing out. And so, things might change. they're probably going to be doing some light reworking of it. I don't know if it's going to be, I don't know if I don't know if the book will look the same way as it does in these renderings shown on the website, but they have some images in here, and they're absolutely beautiful. I think Rumiko Takahashi's art style, it's not for everybody, yes, but I do think it's a very lovely art style, and I do absolutely love it, and it's very distinguished, and very distinguishable, I guess is the term I'm looking for. And it's just a beautiful art style. I love it. It's awesome, and I can't wait for this book to come out, because I might want to buy it and add it to my collection, and if I do, I will totally make a video on it. But this is sort of like, I guess when Hayao Miyazaki did wrote a couple books about starting Studio Ghibli and stuff like that. So I wonder if this is going to be similar. I think it's just going to be, what I imagine it to be is a collection of maybe like concept drawings from each of her different mangas, maybe kind of little blurbs on like the direction that she wanted to take each manga, and I don't know, that's just sort of what I can imagine it to be. It's probably just going to be a big collection. Obviously, it's going to be a collection of artwork from each of her different mangas, but I just kind of wanted to get on and make this video and sort of let the masses know. Not that really anybody watches these videos, but the article also goes on to say that Takahashi has been at the forefront of the manga world since her debut in 1978. This 400-page book includes carefully selected cover arts from famous scenes from her representative work, such as Mao, currently serialized in Weekly Shonen Sunday, and Urusei Yatsura, Mason Ikuko, Ranma Half, Inuyasha, as well as others. So that, I was probably correct, as these books usually tend to be just a history of the manga artist themselves. It says something in here about a 10-page interview that she did for the book. So that'll be in there. That'll be interesting. There's probably going to be, again, different blurbs about each of the animes and sort of how she came up with the storylines and stuff like that. So that should be interesting, an interesting read, and definitely a must-have for any fan of Rumiko Takahashi's work, including myself now, because I've been reading Urusei Yatsura for the past 3 years. I pretty much binge-watched Inuyasha, and I am currently more or less binge-watching Ranma Half. I absolutely love it. It's an amazing show. I think more people need to watch it if they haven't already. So that's about it. Check out the link in the description if you want to read the full article and maybe even find or pre-order the book for yourself. That will be in the description. I'll see you guys in the next video, and until then,